XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
It's time to discuss about some text function in Excel. So let's see here, I have a small data set and this data I want to change the case here. If all of you see the data is not very proper data, somewhere we have uppercase, lowercase in between. So it's not a very proper data. So how to organize this data in a proper way? We are going to learn some text function here. So let's, as we know very well, all Excel function and formula start with equal. So I press equal sign, press here UP and you got the upper. Just press the tab key, your entire formula get completed. Just click your cell address and you can close the bracket and you can press the enter right now. And just click the fill handle, your entire data converted in uppercase. Let's see here for what formula written here to get this output. So right here formula text and we can go and check what formula written here. So it's very simple function, upper function will convert the data in uppercase. Now let's go to the next function. What we have, the function name is lower. It will convert. If you want to understand what this function does, that we can go for function argument box as well, and here we can read the and add the all the number in a range. Here we can see whatever function you want to understand, we can understand from here. Let me tell you once again. So right here lower, start parenthesis or bracket, you can click this. It says that convert all the letter of text in a lower case. So easily you can understand what this function does that. So let's do the practical right now. Right here lower, click the cell address and hit enter. And we can double click, this is called fill handle. We can just drag right hand side. We converted all the data in lower case. Now, but generally how we write somebody name, we write first name, first character should be in caps and last name, first character should be in caps. So we'll go for one more function called proper. Here we are, proper function. And what it will do, click on this function argument box. It says that convert a text string into a proper case. So what do you mean by proper case? The first letter of each word in uppercase and all the letter into lowercase. So let me close this format builder box. Right here formula text, right here proper, and we can give you a source cell, and you can see here, you can see all this employees names, first name first character in caps and last name first character in caps. So here we have seen these three functions, upper, lower, proper, how it works. Let's go for the next function called len. So len stands for length of the string. So let's see here, if you go and click on the cell address, we got answer 8, but if you go and count here in this first employee name, the alphabets are 7 itself. So how come Excel is responding you 8? So remember, a space Excel will count as a character. Let's understand. So you can click on this function argument box. It says that here you can space count as a character. So len function will give you length of the string. So now you can, where you can use this len function, for example, you have an employees data set, employee PAN number they have given. You want to check that all we know that PAN number should be exactly 10 number, alphanumeric. If maybe somewhere more or less, you can cross verify this PAN is a not valid number. So you can check, or maybe Aadhaar number, or maybe mobile number length you can check. If it is exactly 10, it is a valid mobile number, or it may be more or less, that may be not a valid mobile number. So now we'll go for left function. Let's see how it works. Go for left and you can click the cell address and hit enter right now. And just you can double click. This function, what is giving you output? It's giving you all the text string first character itself. If you go and see, extracting the data leftmost character. But in some situation, if you want to use maybe not only one character, third or 3 or 4 character, so here we have one more argument called number of character. Let's go and write here 3 and we got the answer. But I have given here, I want number of character 3, but I got output 2 itself. Why? Because we know very well the third character is a space. So we can double click and we got the data from the left hand side. Now, if you want to extract data from the right hand side, click right function, and here also if you don't give any other argument, like, so it will give you the rightmost character. You can double click on this and here we can get the output here. So write function. But now suppose we want to know last 4 characters, so you can go and give the another argument called 4 here and press enter. Now you can see here Excel is extracting last 4 characters from all the names right now. So we learn the left function and right function. So one thing is common here, left function always extract data from the left of the string, right? Leftmost character, it will start from leftmost character, and right function it will start data extracting from the rightmost character. But for mid function you have to give 3 arguments. Let's understand all one by one. So my data we have here, and the second argument says that give me the starting position. Actually left and right function no need to give starting position, because Excel will start from the extreme left in left function and extreme right in the right function. But here for, let's say for example, I want to start from 4th character. So you can see my data, J is first, P is 2, space is 3 and K is the 4th character. So from 4th character I want to extract maybe 3 character or 2 character, I can mention there, and here we can double click, we got the answer right now. So we discuss here till now in the text function how to convert data in uppercase, lowercase, proper case, how to get the length function, left, right and mid function. So let me hide this data right now. We have covered these 7 functions and very simple functions under text category. Now let me hide this data. When you go for format, here we have hide, and you can say hide columns. Now right now we have 2 columns, I column and J column. You can see employees names are in 2 different columns. So how to join this? So there are multiple ways to do that. Let's learn the first method right now. I'm writing here I2 and J2, I2 and J2, and here we can double click on this. Let me write the formula. So here we got the answer. But if you want in between one space, so what you should do, you should not simply click a space bar, it will not work for you. Remember, your space must be covered in double quote. So start a double quote, hit one space bar, give double quote and press and sign. Now you can double click and it works fine for you. So this is the way we can join multiple text. We'll go for one function also called concatenate. So go and select this function called concatenate, go for function argument box here. What we can see, concatenate function can join up to 255 characters. So you can write here my first text is JP, second text I want to give a space bar, and then third text I want to give here Kumar and press enter, and we can done. Click on this and we can close this function argument box, function builder, double click on this and you can just drag right hand side. So we learn AND function and we learn concatenate function. So remember, concatenate function can take maximum 355 string or text it can join, but AND operator how much you want you can join here. Now nowadays in the latest version of Excel a new function has come called concate. So go for concate and you can, let's see how it works. Very similar like concatenate function itself. So give your first cell one space bar and you can give here last cell, and here we join the data. Now you can double click on this. So in concate function what we have, we can join how many text string? 254 text string can be joined here. As we have seen that in concatenate we have 255, but concate we have 254. Now one more major difference which we have between concatenate and concate. So concate can take input as a range, you can see here, but concatenate will not take input as a range. Let me tell you for example what I am trying to say. For example, let me unhide these columns. So go for format and here you can go for unhide columns. Now if you go a little down in my data set, I have here certain vehicle numbers and I want to join everything. So when you go for concate function, here you can go for concate just you can select all this data and you can close the bracket right now, and here our entire output we got it with the help of concate function. So that's what I was talking about. So when you go for formula text, click the cell address, we got the answer. But if I going to do the same thing with concatenate function, let's go and see in concatenate function, and you can try everything like selecting a range from first cell to last cell and press enter. It doesn't work. So the data is scattering in the multiple columns. So remember, one major difference between concate and concatenate is concate can take input as a range, but concatenate will not take input as a range. Concate can take up to 254 argument and concatenate will take 255 arguments, and concate work only in the new version of Excel like 2021 and 365. Let's go ahead into the text functions. Here we have n column and o column, and I want to compare both the data. Both data is exactly same to same or not. So in Excel we have a function called exact. Exact function demands you two arguments. If you can go and check, here you can see argument number 1 and argument number 2. You can read the explanation also, check whether the two text strings are exactly same to same and return the true or false. One last thing is very much important here, exact is a case sensitive function. Now let's see how it works. So go for exact, I click here first cell and second cell. Now if you go and double click, and let me write the formula here, formula text, and here we are. Formula text we got it. So remember, exact function will take you two argument, and if both arguments are exactly same to same, it will give you output as true, or if any difference including this case also, it doesn't works. See here in N2 and O2 data is same. JP Kumar we have data, but still exact say that false because the case are different here. In JP Kumar n column the R in capital letter, but here we have a small letter. But now let's see in some situation, if you are not interested, not very keen to compare the case, just you want to check the data, so you can use operator also. So write equal sign, all we know very well, all Excel function formulas start with equal sign. So N2, I want to check is N2 equal to O2 or not. If you click here, you say that true. So remember, operator is not case sensitive and exact is a case sensitive function. Let's say if you go and make some change, for example here if you go and make some change, then your operator will tell you false here, because here the content only we have different, so operator is telling you false. Now let's see here, so we discuss about exact function and operator. So it depends on situation. If you are very much keen to check case also, go for exact function, or if you are just comparing the data set or data, go for operator. Now let's go ahead and understand how the find function works in Excel. So right here find, the find function demands you three argument. First, what you want to find out, from where you want to find out, and tell me the starting position. So all of you know very well, if any argument in square bracket means that is optional argument, so start number it is an optional argument. So let's understand, I want to know a space in JP Kumar, just I can select here and I can double click on this. So what I can see is, see that a space position, for example in JP space in third position, in R Vasu the space in second position itself. But one more thing, remember here in find functions, let's go and check here argument. It's a very much important point. Find is a case sensitive functions, means it will differentiate between uppercase and lowercase. So in this situation we have finded the where is the space position, but we can find even other text also. So let's say for example I want to go for find and I want to find out this time A within JP I given here. I got A is 7th character, and double click on this, we got in which name where is the A position we have. Find function is finding here. That's what I told you here. You can see I am finding small letter, and Anjali A is the first character, but find is not finding that, is finding the small letter of A. But remember, always it will find from left to right. So when it gets the first data, it will stop there itself. So now what we can do, if you want to find out the second A and all, so we can go and change one more argument here. We have the last one, starting position. So I am telling start finding A after 5th character. Now we have done. So in JP, the A is after 5 itself, so there is no difference. But when you go and double click on this, here we are, go and drag this, you can say here in JP Anjali we have A small a in 4th character, but although I given start finding after 5th character, so 5th character is L. From L start finding means the second A is 10th position. R Vasu already we have A, but A we have in 4th position, and I have mentioned that I want to find out A after 5th position. So after 5th position there is no any A in R Vasu, so give you value error. So remember, find is a case sensitive function. Let's go for search. Here the same situation, I am finding A small letter in JP, and I got it, the answer is same here. Find and search gives same result. But now when you go and drag this, here we can just drag this formula right now. So right now, although I am finding A in small letter, but search is giving me Anjali A is the first character. So what it is, let's understand. So go for this function argument box, and here you can see search is not case sensitive. So generally in English we don't have any difference between find and search, but in Excel we have a difference. Find is a case sensitive function and search is not a case sensitive function. Now, so we are going to explore right now the next function called replace and substitute. Let's go down a bit more, but before that let me discuss trim function. So here we have a data, and this is very unorganized data. There are so many unnecessary space we have, right? So how to clean this data? So we are going to learn one function called trim, and we can click this and we can double click on this. So what this function does, that let me tell you. So trim function, here you can see it's give unnecessary space, it will remove. Let's understand what Excel says that about this function. So click on this function argument box, and what it says that remove all the space from a text string except for a single space between words. One space will be there and there is no other space will be there. Unnecessary space will be removed. Now, so here we have one more. Can you see here? Sometime when you bring your data from other application, with your data some non-printable character will be there. So how to remove this non-printable character? You can go for clean function, and we can click on this and we can double click on this. So here we can see formula text, and here you can see we got this. How to but clean function remove the non-printable character, but I want to remove the space also. So how to join multiple function? So before clean I can go for trim, go for trim function, and we can close this also. So this is an example of nested function. So in this one, what we have done, first we are cleaning the data and then trimming the data. We can do this way also, we will get the same result. For example, you can write here first clean, and then inside clean I can write here trim. Click this data set, close both the functions right now. So both are correct only. So nested functions example. So in here you can see which here trim is the inner function and clean is the outer function. So in a nested function, inner function execute first. Here clean function is the inner function and trim is the outer function. So here clean will work first and clean will become input for the trim function. Now, So here we learn, let's go for, we are going to explore right now a replace and substitute function. Let's see how it works. So for example, I have a cost data. If I tell you I want to make this cost data as a sales data, so how to do that? As we know that this is my old text, and starting position I should give here 1, and cost we have 4 characters, so write here 4, and new text should be sales. Let's see in practical right now. So go for replace. Let's understand the argument. First to give old text. Old text we have cost data, and starting position 1. I want to replace from the C, and in cost how many character we have? 4 character, and what should be the new text? It should be sales. Sales, and we can close the data right now. Write the formula text, and here you can see formula text. So hope so you got it here. What is my old text? Starting position, number of character, and what should be the new text I can use. Let's go for Bangalore we have, and if you want to tell you how to replace with Bangalore, so with the replace function, so go for replace. My old text is this, starting position 1, and from this Bangalore I want to replace only 1 character, so write here 1, and new text should be B, and we can close this, write the formula text, and you can check here. So this is the way we can replace this also. So now if I tell you I have a data called cost sheet, and I want to make it as a cost data, so go for replace function once again. The old text is this. What I should give here? Starting position. So see here, C is 1, O is 2, S is 3, and T is 4, and space is 5. So I want to start replace from S. So write here 6, number of character 5, and new text should be what? Data. So here we can write here and go and write here formula text, and you can click here replace function. This is the way it works. When you go for substitute function, let's see how it works. In Jamnagar I have, there are so many A's there. So if you want to go for substitute, the text is this, small a replace with capital A. I don't want to change any argument, so here we can, I don't want to give any instance number, so here we can see all small a is getting substituted by capital A. If you want to go for substitute, and here we can write here small a with capital A, but I want here first occurrence itself, so write here first. So you can see here only first A got changed. Now if you go and write here substitute once again, and this time you can go for small a with capital A, and I want second occurrence, so you can see here second A got changed. In the same way, if you go and write here substitute, and here we can small a replace with capital A, and this time I want to change third A, so you can change this also. So we should know that if you are not mentioning any occurrence number, it will replace all the places. So here we learn all this text functions. Let's see real time how to join these functions. So see, for example, I have here this full name, and here let me copy this data right now, command C here, and I can paste somewhere else. So here I have employee full name. I want to get here first name and last name with the help of function. In Excel we can do this activity by multiple way, but today we are exploring text function, so we will explore by text function here. So let's understand here, right here left function, you can click on this. But how can I give number of character? So this second argument I will give by assigned by find function. You can click on this, close both the bracket right now, and we got the answer here. If you want to understand, see here, I am mentioning the formula text also. Here we can see right here formula text, and here we are, we can got it. Now you can go and write here, but how to get the last name? So we'll go for write function, and the data we have this. First of all, I want data after a space, right? So I'll go for a len function, we know very well, and len function minus, I want data after a space itself. So from here I will write here find function and write here space within JP. You can close the find function and close the write function right now. And here we got the data from, we got data scattered here. In full name we divided in first name, last name with the help of left, right and len function. Yeah. So they are the functions we cover in the text functions. Let's have a quick recall. What are the things we learn in this category? So all those things are again part for help for data cleaning process.